Scott, the season has been like a roller coaster, lots of downs, but also ups as well, and none more so than last Saturday at Barrytown United, securing an 8th consecutive JD Welsh Premier League title.
It has, and it's been a great lesson. Certainly, winning the league and a cup in your first season, how can you go on and improve? And I think, if I'm honest with myself, it's been the best lesson I've had as a coach or a manager, because there's tough times in there, and there's lonely times, and you do question, am I doing the right things? And as a staff, as a group, am I doing enough to encourage the staff to make the players better? And I think when you do question yourself a little bit, I didn't question the team and whether we win the league, I questioned myself, because that's what you do. If you're not doing well, you always think, well, you're putting the team out there. So I think it's been very good. We've come out the other side, and very well, by the way, come out the other side. We're still on for a 100-goal tally. We're still on to win another couple of games. The target's still there. I don't mind telling you that the target of the last 10 games was 9 wins and 1 draw. And, we are on target. So let's make sure that we do everything in our power to get that, that 10-game run and get over the line. And if we do get that, we equal the same points as we did last season. So all these things, they culminate in the players' hard work, the tireless work from the staff to make sure that the players are doing it, and the backing from the football club to go on and get 8 in a row.
The pressure's off, of course, now that the title has been secured, but I guess it goes without saying that the foot will not be taken off the pedal.
No, certainly not, because, we haven't got the trophy yet. You don't become champions again and then go out and put an abject performance in. It's a must that we continue where we were last Saturday and do it again tomorrow. Otherwise, it's after the Lord Mayor's show, so to speak. It's not what I want. It's not what I believe in. So, be a very strong team. Might be a couple of changes, but everyone's available, and apart from the lads on loan and Aaron Edwards, obviously. But we're in good place.
And as we look to the visit of Caernarfon, the last time we played them, just a few weeks ago, a victory at the Oval, that was the first time that TNS had been on top of the table for 4 months. So we peaked at the right time in the season.
Yeah, and I think day after we go back off the top of the league, I think. So if you look at that, and if you look at the last team to beat us here, which was Caernarfon beat us here 1-0. They frustrated us and didn't really have a lot of chances, but got the pen at the end, which I think was, I'm not going to go into that, but it was a goal very late on, and they got the win. So, another reason why we want to beat them tomorrow.
Caernarfon Town, I guess, have had a good season by their standards, back in the top flight, well-supported side. They sit in 4th place in the league, but they're still 22 points behind the New Saints.
Yes, an excellent season, continuing to improve everywhere. The players obviously buy into the manager's ideas and values and things, and you've seen recently they pick points up against tough sides, and obviously they beat Connors Quay, and they're a very good football club.
They say that the camera never lies. Well, the statistics don't either. And going into this game, the New Saints scored 95 goals, conceded just 15 with a goal difference of plus 80. Those are, however you look at it, very impressive statistics indeed.
They are, yeah, and you always set standards at the start of the season, and it's no good just saying, yeah, we won the league last year, it'll be okay this year. It's not like that at all. And we certainly don't, run the team and the squad in that vein. So we give them targets that they can that are realistic. If you give people targets of scoring 40 goals or 50 goals that are probably not going to be managed because of the 3 strikers, then it's not going to be doable. But we do set standards, we set targets, and most of them have been reached, and it's always nice towards the end of the season to have a look back and see where we were. And probably the only, there are a few slights on the season that disappointed me, and certainly going out of the Iron Brew Cup, losing in the semi-final of the League Cup. But if you do look at the season at the end of it and look at the record books, we've won the league, and if we were to win the Welsh Cup, got hard work to do in between, but it would probably be a better season than last season.
As a manager, Scott, you want to win every game, of course. It's also about trying your best to juggle the players, keep everyone happy. Because the league has been won, will there be changes against Caernarfon in the sense of giving some of the players minutes who haven't featured as much as they would like to have done?
Yes, certainly. I've been thinking about it all week. I've been away on the course all week, but obviously, this is the main concern, and I've deliberated and spoke to Steve about what he thinks and what I think, and what's best for the players. And you've got to be true to the ones that have done so well, but you've also got to give the ones that haven't played a bit of time as well, so that they feel part of it, because they've been, whether they've been used 10 times, 15 times, not used as much as they'd like, they're still part of the run, the form we've been on. And we've got to remember that the players that have been in week out have only done so well because they can see the other players pushing them so hard, either from on the bench or out of the squad. We've signed someone in January that's been on the bench a few times and hasn't really had a look in. I told him he's part of the TNS future, and you've got the likes of Sis as well, who hasn't had as many game times as he wants, and he's been excellent for us. It's just a matter of going with the team that has been most consistent, and that's it. And we're looking at tomorrow as give the lads who deserve that start a start.
And finally, Scott, although we secured the title last week at Jenner Park with an impressive performance and a 4-0 victory, tomorrow here at Park Hall against Caernarfon Town, we actually lift the trophy in front of the S4C cameras. What will that mean to you as a manager and a person on a personal level?
Yeah, on a personal level, it's let's go back before we say that. It's all about the team and the club. So for them, for the supporters, for Mike and Ian and Helen and everyone else that is above the football team, the board, so to speak, it's great for them because not once did any of those come to me and say we're struggling, what's going on, or you need to buck your ideas up, or what's happening, we don't believe in you. Not once did they say that, which I find is one of the good things this season as a learning curve. Excellent from my point of view, because you get board members and chairmen that don't believe in who they've appointed, and they're so quick to just get rid of them and get somebody else in. It doesn't work like that. You've got to trust people and give them time. And there's been a lot of managers probably that have left clubs that shouldn't have left clubs, and if they'd have had another 2, 3, 4 months, they'd have been in similar positions where they could have turned things around. So that's the first point, that I'm pleased for the club that not stuck by us, because it's not, it wasn't ever a major issue, but they want to be on the top. They want to win 8 in a row. They want to be the best team in Wales. So first and foremost, I'm pleased for them. The players have come back and turned it totally around. That's down to them. We can give them direction, we can work them harder, but the players have been as good and as positive as I've seen in any time that I've been here, and it's arguably one of the best squads we've ever had. Starting 11 is up there with teams that I've played in the past, and I've obviously been also assistant or whatever, and it's right up there. So credit goes to them, and I've probably lost the question that you asked me, but what was that again? What was the question? On a personal level, brilliant. I've been at this football club since 2002, so I know what it's about. I'm pleased for me that I can sit back, and now we've won the league, I can enjoy these last few games, but enjoy it and make sure that we win. It's not just about enjoying football, it's about winning at our level. So let's finish the league properly in the last 2 games, but let's have exactly the same mentality, the same outlook in the final, and let's get the double done, and let's have a really good end to the season.